We live in a world where change is the only constant, making the future an unpredictable mystery. But what if we could catch a glimpse of what's ahead? Imagine a world where Vladimir Putin's rise as a global leader was foretold, or where humans communicate through thoughts and design their babies. Intrigued? We've gathered 15 intriguing prophecies from various seers that could very well shape our near future. From political power shifts to breakthroughs in human communication and genetic engineering, these predictions offer a fascinating peek into potential future realities. Join us as we explore these 15 prophecies that might soon turn from mere predictions into our actual way of life. Number 1. Mission Mars. In the 16th century, a French astrologer named Michel de Nostradamus captivated the world with his uncanny ability to predict the future. His fame as a fortune-teller soared, not just because of his intriguing predictions, but because many of them seemed to actually come true. There's been much debate over whether Nostradamus's prophecies were genuinely prescient or just coincidental, but during his time, people were convinced of his foresight, and he remained a popular figure until his death. Nostradamus left behind a significant legacy in the form of a book titled Les Prophéties. Published in 1555, this book contains 942 quatrains, many of which are believed to have accurately foretold major world events. For instance, it said that he predicted Adolf Hitler's terrifying reign, the COVID-19 pandemic, and even the Apollo 11 moon landing. Interestingly, Nostradamus's predictions often took the form of poetic quatrains. Among these, he wrote about an event in 2023, describing a celestial fire that would fall on a royal edifice as the light of Mars fades. This has drawn attention in recent times, especially with the current ambitions for Mars exploration. As of now, figures like Elon Musk and organizations like NASA estimate that a manned mission to Mars might be achievable by 2029. However, Nostradamus hinted at a much earlier timeline for this milestone in space exploration. He also warned of potential disasters such as explosions or aircraft crashes befalling these early missions. With 2024 still unfolding, it's a waiting game to see whether this particular prophecy will have any relevance. Will it be a year of groundbreaking achievements or unforeseen perils? Only time will tell if Nostradamus's words hold any truth in the context of our modern quest to reach Mars. Number 2. Solar Tsunami. One of the most striking predictions made by the mystic Baba Vanga is that in 2024, the Earth could face a devastating solar tsunami. This event, she foresaw, would damage our planet's magnetic shield, leading to catastrophic consequences. According to her prediction, intense storms would unleash solar electrical charges towards Earth, akin to the effects of nuclear bombs, causing widespread blackouts and disrupting communication systems. Scientists have raised alarms about the potential reality of this prophecy. Recent astronomical observations have detected a magnetic filament near the sun's equator, loaded with a complex network of magnetic field lines. This finding raises the possibility of a massive solar storm being propelled towards Earth. If such an eruption occurs, the electromagnetic onslaught could severely damage vital infrastructure, including power grids and GPS networks. While solar maximum events, which typically happen every 11 years, haven't historically been a major cause for alarm, our increasing dependence on technology heightens the risks associated with such solar phenomena. Experts warn that a powerful solar storm could lead to widespread and prolonged blackouts, with the potential to endanger millions of lives. The accuracy of Baba Vanga's prediction is still uncertain. It remains to be seen whether the solar flares will burst in Earth's direction or miss our planet entirely. However, this ominous prediction highlights the fragile interplay between human civilization and the immense cosmic forces. In an age marked by rapid technological progress, it's essential to stay alert and prepared for such natural calamities. As time progresses, we will discover whether Baba Vanga's foresight into this solar event will manifest and how it might alter the course of our technologically driven world. Number 3. Necromancy. Imagine someone telling you a few decades ago that we'd be able to communicate with the deceased, upload our consciousness to a computer, or have robots navigating through our bloodstream. You'd probably think they've watched one too many sci-fi movies and need a break. But what if this person had been invited to Bill Gates' house not once, but twice, for insights on the future of technology? This is the story of Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil isn't just any futurist. He's a renowned inventor, the lead engineer at Google, and a trailblazer in artificial intelligence, captivating tech experts for almost 40 years. His inventions include the flatbed scanner, the first true electronic piano, and groundbreaking speech recognition software. Whenever he speaks, which he's done over 40 times, his insights come with a price tag of about $25,000. Now, Ray Kurzweil predicts that within the next 30 years, we'll be able to interact with virtual representations of our deceased relatives. It sounds far-fetched, but let's delve into why he believes it's possible. Kurzweil envisions a future where human memories can be extracted and stored on memory drives. Nanobots could play a role in this process. These drives, aided by AI, could then simulate the personalities, voices, and even intelligence of our lost loved ones. The interaction with these AI simulations would be so realistic that you might forget you're not conversing with the actual person. What makes this prophecy even more intriguing is Kurzweil's track record of accuracy. He has been right about 90% of the time in his predictions. So, while the idea of chatting with AI representations of our departed relatives may seem odd now, the credibility of Ray Kurzweil's predictions suggests we shouldn't dismiss this possibility too quickly. Number 4. Telepathy and social network of brains. Even in this digital age, where texting and internet communication are prevalent, we often find ourselves preferring the nuances of spoken conversation. We rely on the tone and volume of our voices to convey our messages effectively. However, a thought-provoking prediction by British futurist Ian Pearson suggests a shift in this dynamic. Let's delve into Pearson's background. He's known for his impressive prediction accuracy, hitting the mark about 85% of the time. About 30 years ago, he foresaw the rise of smartwatches and music subscription services, both of which are now commonplace. About 6 years ago, Pearson made a particularly fascinating forecast. By 2050, he believes, neurotechnology could enable us to communicate using only our thoughts. How could this be possible? Pearson's concept involves implanting computer chips in our brains. These chips would link us to sophisticated cloud computing systems, creating a network that other individuals are also connected to. This network, referred to as the quantum cloud, would allow us to transmit messages and thoughts without uttering a word. Imagine the potential: conversing, learning, and messaging through thought alone. Even more astonishingly, what if you could download skills from others into your own mind, tapping into a vast global database known as the Hybrid Intelligence Biometric Avatar, or HIBA? While this idea may seem far-fetched today, it's worth remembering that many once dismissed prophecies have come to fruition. If Pearson's vision becomes reality, it would revolutionize our communication methods. The concept of a telepathic social network and brain-to-brain connections opens up a whole new realm of interpersonal relationships. However, it also brings forth critical ethical and privacy concerns as we tread into the unknown territories of the human mind. As technology marches forward, the possibilities it presents are both exhilarating and daunting. Pearson's prophecy ignites our imagination, prompting us to ponder a future where thoughts could be the new universal language. While it's uncertain if this vision will materialize, history has taught us that the line between the impossible and the possible is often blurrier than we think. Number 5. Robo shopping. Nowadays, Many of us have shifted our shopping habits, preferring to browse through sites like Amazon or eBay for our needs. This trend is increasingly blurring the line between online and retail shopping. Yet, despite the convenience of online stores, some people still favor physical shopping for various reasons. For some, shopping in person is about cutting down on logistics costs and avoiding the wait associated with returning items that don't meet expectations. Others simply like to see and touch products before making a purchase. However, recent predictions are stirring things up in the shopping world. According to these forecasts, there might come a time when we won't need to shop for groceries or anything else in the traditional sense. This change is expected to come about with the advent of delivery drones, which will bring food, medicine, and other items directly to our homes on demand. The concept of delivery drones isn't just a futuristic fantasy, it's already taking shape. In 2006, the U.S. government passed the Federal Aviation Act, allowing the commercial use of drones. This legislation enabled not just the military but also ordinary people and corporations to own and operate drones. Fast forward to 2016, when Amazon introduced the world's first delivery drone, Prime Air. As of now, Prime Air can deliver packages and orders within 30 minutes. But let's ponder the future. What happens when our technology advances even further and everything becomes so digitized that robots have rights and could even be subject to lawsuits? It seems the future of shopping and delivery is set to take an intriguing turn, possibly rendering our current shopping habits a thing of the past. Number 6. Superconductivity. Superconductivity is a concept that holds the potential to utterly transform our future, envisioning a world where vehicles like cars and trains glide above the ground, airplanes fly without environmental pollution, and energy loss in power transmission is a thing of the past. While it may sound like a scenario straight out of a sci-fi film, scientists believe this could become reality sooner than we think. Superconductors are unique materials that, when cooled to extremely low temperatures, around -173 degrees Celsius, can conduct electricity without any resistance. This means they can carry electric currents without losing energy, and they have the ability to repel magnetic fields powerfully. These materials have been the subject of intense research since their discovery in 1911. And while there's still much to understand, significant strides have been made. Take, for example, the advancement made in 2022 by Klein Vision. They developed an air car that operates on a minimal amount of gasoline. This flying car has been thoroughly tested, achieving 200 successful takeoffs and amassing 70 hours of flight time. Such achievements edge us closer to the once fictional dream of widespread flying cars. However, fully exploiting the capabilities of superconductivity still presents considerable challenges for scientists and engineers. But their relentless efforts and innovation suggest we're on the right track. With ongoing technological advancements and deeper insights into superconductivity, we're moving towards a future where transportation is not only more efficient, but also kinder to our environment. The emergence of superconductivity is poised to revolutionize how we travel and how we power our lives. Despite the hurdles that lie ahead, the progress we've made so far is encouraging, fueling our drive to continue exploring and innovating. By unlocking the full potential of superconductors, we're paving the way for a future where once unimaginable technologies become part of our everyday lives. Number 7. Designer babies. Baba Vanga, known for her intriguing prophecies, once suggested that starting in 2023, human babies would be born in laboratories. In these labs, it would be possible to completely control their physical features and personalities, radically changing the traditional process of birth. While this idea might seem a bit outlandish, recent developments in science provide strong indications that this could indeed become a reality if it hasn't already. Let's delve into some recent breakthroughs. On February 19, 2020, a landmark event occurred in the field of fertility. A baby was born, believed to be the first in the world, from eggs that were matured in a laboratory and then frozen. This achievement was made by French fertility doctors. The baby boy was born to a 34-year-old woman whose eggs were harvested and preserved 5 years prior, following chemotherapy that left her unable to produce more eggs. The doctors used a technique called in vitro maturation, IVM, to mature her eggs in the laboratory. Moving forward to 2022, a biotechnologist in Germany started developing what's being called the world's first artificial womb facility. Named EcoLife, this facility promises to offer the option to select a baby's characteristics from a menu. While EcoLife's operations are currently under ethical scrutiny, its goal is ambitious, to potentially grow up to 30,000 babies a year. So it appears that Baba Vanga's prediction might not be so far-fetched after all. With these scientific advancements, the concept of lab-grown babies, once purely fictional, is inching closer to becoming a part of our reality. Number 8. Fighting cancer. In 2021, renowned physicist Michio Kaku shed light on the ongoing fight against cancer. He acknowledged the lack of cures for diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and certain cancers, but he was optimistic about the future. Kaku introduced the concept of magic bullets, a groundbreaking approach utilizing nanomedicine to battle cancer. This innovative method involves deploying tiny molecules that can target cancer cells specifically, a feat made possible by advances in nanotechnology. Here's where Kaku's vision becomes even more intriguing. He suggested that our toilets could become a key tool in early cancer detection. Our bodily fluids, it turns out, carry early signs of cancer long before tumors form. These signs can be present years in advance, during which time cancer colonies slowly grow, often unnoticed until a tumor develops. Kaku envisioned a future where we could use DNA chips capable of identifying these early cancer markers. And surprisingly, this detection could happen in an everyday location: our toilets. Imagine a future where your toilet could alert you to the presence of cancer, potentially a decade before it becomes a serious threat. This early detection could mean the term tumor might become obsolete in the English language, as we'd have ample time to address the cancer before it becomes life-threatening. Future generations might even look back in amazement at how cancer used to be a significant fear, whereas for them, it might be as manageable as a common cold. In this way, nanotechnology isn't just revolutionizing cancer treatment, it's also transforming something as mundane as our toilets into powerful health monitoring tools. These advancements could provide crucial early warnings and significantly extend our ability to combat this formidable disease. Number 9. British Royal Family. In 2022, the world mourned the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, a beloved monarch who had reigned for a remarkably long time. Her death deeply affected the United Kingdom and beyond. Amidst this period of mourning, a curious phenomenon occurred: a sudden surge in the sales of a book by Nostradamus, the famed 16th-century seer. People were intrigued by the link between this old prophecy and the Queen's passing. Here's where it gets interesting. Nostradamus had made a prediction that eerily resonated with the events surrounding the Queen's death. He foretold that after Queen Elizabeth, a new king would ascend the throne, but would face rejection by the public. Following this, someone who never anticipated becoming king would assume the role. Remarkably, Nostradamus penned these predictions centuries before Queen Elizabeth II's era. Yet his foresight seemed to align closely with recent events. King Charles III, at 96 years old, succeeded Queen Elizabeth, as hinted by Nostradamus. But the tale takes another twist. Nostradamus predicted that Prince Harry, who had stepped back from his royal duties and was not in the line of succession, would become king in the future. This prediction is particularly intriguing given Prince Harry's current absence from the United Kingdom and his departure from royal life, while Prince William is the current heir apparent. Nostradamus's prophecies suggest a different future, where Prince Harry unexpectedly becomes king. The historical accuracy of Nostradamus's predictions has long fascinated people, as many of his prophecies have a mysterious way of aligning with major events, even centuries later. As we watch the unfolding of events, there's a sense of anticipation to see whether Nostradamus's prediction about Prince Harry will materialize. In the meantime, we are left to marvel at the enigmatic nature of fate and the enduring intrigue of these ancient prophecies. Number 10. Lord of the World, Vladimir Putin. In the remote area of the Koju Mountains in Bulgaria lies the final resting place of a remarkable woman known as Baba Vanga. Born as Vangelia Pandeva Gushtarova, she faced blindness from her childhood. Despite this challenge, Baba Vanga gained fame as a mystic and seer, known for making some astonishingly accurate predictions about global events. Among her notable predictions were the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, the exact date of Stalin's death, the sinking of the Russian submarine Kursk, the September 11th attacks, Topalov's win in the World Chess Tournament, and the ongoing tensions in North Korea. These predictions highlight her tendency to foresee natural disasters and looming conflicts. Before her death, those who knew her claimed she had also foreseen the Russian conflict in Ukraine. Remarkably, she predicted that Vladimir Putin would rise to immense power, suggesting that under his leadership, Russia would become an unstoppable global superpower. She even went as far as to say that Putin would become the Lord of the world. The timing of these events, according to Baba Vanga, remains unknown, but her predictions have always stirred interest and speculation. Contrasting her views, some other mystics of her time believed that Vladimir Putin might face assassination by his own people. The truth of these predictions lies somewhere in the future, which we can only wait to unfold. Perhaps most concerning of all her predictions is that of a potential World War III, where she indicated that nuclear weapons might be used. As with all her predictions, we can only hope that this one does not come to pass, considering the grave implications it would have on the world. Baba Vanga's legacy continues to be a mix of intrigue and apprehension as we ponder the mysteries of her foresight and the potential impact on our future. Number 11. The Prophecy of Saint Malachy. In the 12th century, Saint Malachy, who was the Archbishop of Armagh in Ireland, reportedly had a profound vision during a trip to Rome. He envisioned the future popes and documented this revelation in a series of 112 cryptic Latin mottos. These mottos were said to symbolize the popes from Saint Malachy's time onwards. Intriguingly, this prophecy only came to light about 400 years after Malachy's death, but since its emergence, many believe that it has accurately foretold the succession of popes. Among these predictions, the most compelling is the last one. According to Saint Malachy, the final pope would be named Peter. This pope is foretold to lead the Roman Church through tribulations, marking the end of the papal lineage and, some interpret, the end of the world. Interest in the prophecy reignited when Pope Benedict XVI neared the end of his papacy. Upon the appointment of his successor, speculation soared. When the new pope announced his name as Francis, some experts in prophecy claimed that he was, in fact, Peter the Roman. They based this assertion on the idea that, despite being an Argentine cardinal named Jorge Mario Bergoglio, Pope Francis might have Peter in his birth name and could be considered Roman due to his Italian immigrant parentage in Argentina. As with most prophecies, the full truth and accuracy of St. Malachy's vision remain shrouded in mystery. Only the unfolding of future events can potentially validate or debunk these claims. The intrigue surrounding the prophecy of the popes continues to captivate people, leaving many to wonder about the significance of these predictions and what they might mean for the future of the Catholic Church. Number 12. No car ownership. Benjamin Clark, a professor at the University of Oregon, has some compelling thoughts on the future of car ownership. According to him, the way we think about owning cars is set to change dramatically in the next 15 years. Clark is confident in his predictions, which he sees as more than mere speculations. One key piece of evidence supporting his view is the noticeable global decline in car sales. For instance, in Germany, there has been a sharp 30.5% drop in car sales compared to the previous year, impacting major brands like Audi, Porsche, and Volkswagen. Looking forward, Clark anticipates a significant shift in the United States, predicting an 80% reduction in private car ownership by 2030. This suggests that from the current count of 247 million cars on American roads, we might see a drastic decrease to just 44 million. Clark foresees a trend towards more economical and sustainable modes of transportation. He believes electric ride-sharing services will become a much more cost-effective option than buying a new car. In 2021, he estimated that these services could be 4 to 10 times cheaper, potentially saving families up to $500–600 annually compared to owning a conventional vehicle. Moreover, the rise of self-driving cars, or autonomous vehicles, AVs, is expected to play a significant role. These driverless cars could become more common and affordable, with some companies possibly offering free rides, albeit with the inclusion of occasional ads during the trip. Clark's vision of the future paints a scenario where traditional car ownership becomes less prevalent. In its place, more people might choose electric ride-sharing services and autonomous vehicles for their transportation needs. This potential shift is not only fascinating but also suggests a major transformation in how we approach mobility, emphasizing convenience, cost-effectiveness, and environmental sustainability. As we look towards the future, the implications of these changes in the transportation landscape are certainly intriguing to consider. Number 13. Robomen. Today, the concept of cyborgs, once a subject of science fiction, is becoming an increasingly understood reality. To grasp what the future holds for this fascinating field, it's important to look back at our past, understand the present, and then project this knowledge into the future. 1 million years ago, Earth was home to various human species, with Neanderthals being the most advanced. These early humans relied on basic hunting and gathering methods to survive. Fast forward to 10,000 years ago, modern humans began to embrace agricultural practices, leading to an abundance of food. This shift allowed us to tackle health issues more effectively, resulting in changes like increased body fat in some areas, greater height, and, crucially, enhanced intelligence. Our intellectual capabilities have grown to such an extent that today, simulating just 1 second of human brain activity would require a supercomputer with 705,024 processor cores, 1.4 million GB of RAM, and 40 minutes of processing time. Looking ahead, experts believe that artificial intelligence will eventually match, and perhaps even surpass, human cognition, achieving feats that we currently can only dream of. In the future, humanity itself is poised to evolve in unprecedented ways. We anticipate the advent of tiny robots, known as nanobots, coursing through our bodies, augmenting our natural abilities. This means our physical limitations won't just be defined by biology anymore. The future human could well be a kind of robo-man, transcending our current capabilities. The implications of this are incredibly exciting to consider. Already, we're seeing the use of nanobots in nanomedicine and cancer treatment, suggesting that this future might be closer than we imagine. The journey from Neanderthals to Robomen is a testament to our ever-evolving nature and the boundless possibilities of science and technology. Number 14. Free energy. Our world is currently illuminated and energized by a massive nuclear fusion reactor, better known as the Sun. Despite its immense power, the Sun sits about 150 million kilometers away from Earth, and we haven't yet mastered a direct way to harness its energy. However, future scientific advancements might change this. Scientists are exploring the possibility of replicating the Sun's energy production right here on Earth. To achieve this, we would need a nuclear fusion reactor capable of withstanding the intense heat of plasma over long periods. Another challenge would be maintaining the strong magnetic fields necessary to contain this plasma. Such an endeavor wouldn't come cheap, but the belief is that future human intelligence, augmented by robotic assistance, could make it feasible. In this future scenario, it's envisioned that our descendants might be able to generate as much as 500 megawatts of power in just a few hundred seconds, and it would be surprisingly affordable. Now, the idea of harnessing such energy might seem far off, but it's not without precedent. Scientists like Nikola Tesla have paved the way with their innovative work. Tesla, for instance, experimented with capturing free energy from the space around us. Modern scientists say that just a teacup of this energy could potentially boil an entire ocean into steam. The potential applications are vast, from powering a small watch to energizing the entire globe. There's even speculation that such energy systems already exist in secretive government facilities. If true, this brings us closer to the reality of free and abundant energy, turning prophecies about unlimited power into tangible possibilities. The journey to harnessing this kind of energy is not just about fulfilling a scientific prophecy, it's about unlocking a future where energy limitations are a thing of the past. Number 15. Cannibals on Earth. Nostradamus, the famed prophet, made a prediction that could have significant implications for 2024. He foresaw a potential disruption in the global food supply chain, which he attributed to the ongoing pandemic and further exacerbated by factors like war or climate change. This prophecy has sparked discussions about an alarming possibility: cannibalism on Earth. Some prophecy analysts believe Nostradamus was referring to the war in Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin has imposed heavy restrictions on exporting grains from Ukraine, leading to a dramatic increase in food prices. As a result, poverty has surged in Ukraine. While there are no reports of cannibalism in the country, the continuation of the war raises concerns about what extremes people might face in the future. Others interpret Nostradamus's prophecy as pointing to the Horn of Africa. This region has been plagued by severe drought for over 4 decades, resulting in skyrocketing food prices and political instability. Currently, about 36.4 million people in the area are facing hunger, with around 21.7 million in dire need of food assistance. Although no official famine has been declared yet, there are fears that it could occur in 2024, aligning with Nostradamus's prediction. The thought of cannibalism is undoubtedly disturbing. It's essential to remember, though, that these are predictions from Nostradamus and not established facts. While his prophecies have intrigued many over the centuries, they remain speculative and should be approached with a degree of skepticism. Nonetheless, the potential crises he points to highlight the importance of addressing global issues like war, climate change, and food security. How these predictions might align with our evolving world remains to be seen, but they undeniably stir our curiosity and imagination. What are your thoughts on these prophecies? Do you believe they hold any truth, or are they mere coincidences? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's engage in a fascinating discussion. If you found this content intriguing, don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Until next time, bye-bye.